Well, as the video title suggests, I have been self-censoring yet again. I have deleted many videos this week because when I am going back and editing the videos and I'm listening back to what I said, the things that I said while shooting the video in my head sounded fine, but then whenever I was watching the video back during the editing process, I found myself saying,
better not.
Yeah.
And that has been happening all week long. So I am recording this on a Friday afternoon at 3:10 as of recording this. But as all of this was transpiring earlier in the week, evidently this happened. So for those of you who don't know, Asmongold, aka Zach, is a Twitch streamer, and he came to fame as a World of Warcraft streamer. He would stream several hours worth of play. But as he got older and started looking at social things that were going on with like the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, he gained even more popularity for his brute, honest take on what was happening. And so now he has grown into one of the top political streamers on Twitch, and he has amassed millions of followers on YouTube and Twitch, and he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from doing his streaming and talking about the super sensitive topics of politics and social issues, which ultimately got him banned for a week from Twitch. Now, Asmongold getting banned, it happens. He got banned, I think, back in 2024 was the last time he was banned. So it does happen from time to time. But again, he got banned for something that he should not have gotten banned for. He didn't violate the terms of service. If you look at the Twitch terms of service, what he said does not fall under a violation of that. Essentially, what this ban boils down to is somebody not liking what he said and being allowed enough squeaky wheel that they got the grease and, by extension, got Zach banned. So here's somebody who has millions of followers, makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from his streams, and he isn't even safe from being reached out and touched by the long arm of banning. And it's something that, as a person who is trying to grow their presence on a social media platform like YouTube, that I've talked about on here before, about the fear of building something only to have it taken away because something I say or do might be taken the wrong way, or, as with any true Gen Xer, taken exactly how I mean it, and the sensitive souls with eggshell skulls cry and complain and ultimately take away everything that you and I built here by just being panty wastes. So if they can ban somebody like Zach, YouTube sure as hell wouldn't have any problem whatsoever banning a guy like me. It's all up to the court of public opinion as to whether or not you get banned. And usually it is the small, very loud majority that causes things like this to happen. The day after Zach was banned, he gave a response. And in that video response, which is about 15 minutes long, if you're interested, I'll link it in the description below, and I'll link it somewhere above. But in that response, he said something very interesting that I want to play for you here, because this resonated with me in particularly, and probably with every creator out there who's trying to grow something to the scale that Zach has done. Take a listen.
And the thing is that if they tell me you can't refer to third worlders in a derogatory context, I hate to say it, I don't take off my shoes whenever I walk in my own house. Somebody else asks me to walk in their house. They tell me to take off my shoes. I do it. I'm not in my own house. I will follow Twitch's terms of service, begrudgingly, and you guys will know that I absolutely do not agree with it. And these are my viewpoints, but I will follow the rules. And I have always taken a good faith effort to always follow the terms of service. I don't actually ever intend to break the terms of service. Why would I ever do that? Why would I ever put myself in a position where I intentionally do something that I think would put my channel at risk? It's just stupid. Why would I ever do that?
It's that paradox that he talked about, right? That really stuck with me in the sense that I'm trying to build something, but it's in somebody else's house. Just like what he said. He built a very successful business that the powers that be at Twitch, which if you don't know, Twitch is owned by Amazon. So thanks, Jeff Bezos. So when you build a business essentially in somebody else's house or building or on their platform, you have to abide by those rules that they stipulate. You don't have a choice, especially if it has become your livelihood like Zach. And ultimately, I would like to see this become something that possibly in 10 to 15 years could, supplement my retirement plan. Sure. Of course, I want to grow it to that point. I would be lying to you if I said I didn't want this channel to be successful and that it, that I didn't want it to make tens of thousands of dollars a month. I don't need to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, but tens of thousands of dollars a month would be nice. Not going to lie, that's the dream. But when you build something inside somebody else's house, like what he said, that puts the fear of God in you, man. It's like, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. And it's like now my self-censoring is even worse because I don't want to say something that would ultimately violate the terms of service that could take all of this away, or say something that could be misconstrued to the point that somebody who gets butthurt because I pop off at them in a comment or I do an actual video response to them like I've done here in the past, they take it all away. And everything all my work is for nothing. But the fear is real, and this proves it. The fact that Twitch can suspend Zach's income essentially for 7 days shows just how powerful of a position they are in and we are not as creators. I create something and I'd like to think that I own it, but it's nothing tangible, right? I don't have anything tangible that outside of the videos that you watch and the ad revenue that I generate from that and the few merch and t-shirts you guys buy.
Hose water. Not FDA approved. Neither was your childhood.
I don't have a product to sell. I'm not selling my time as a coach, and so the fear is very real. And this just solidifies that in my mind that I now have to, I used to get angry at myself for self-censoring. And now it's looking more and more, even in 2026, that if I want to play on YouTube's baseball diamond, I have to play by their rules, not necessarily the rules of, I don't know, country or the baseball rule book. I have to now play by baseball rules. If I'm going to run with the baseball analogy, I now have to play by baseball rules and put on top of that Amazon's rules. It's like if anybody out there has ever played it's a dungeon crawler board game, Munchkin, right? The rules of Munchkin, essentially there's one rule in the set that says if you're arguing over the mechanics of a card or the mechanics of a part of the game, that whoever bought and paid for the game, they have the ultimate say. That's exactly what's happening here. It is a real life, real stakes game of Munchkin where if you build a livelihood on a platform like Twitch or YouTube, it could all be taken away just because the people who built that platform may have a different way of thinking than you politically, don't like what you said, and so they take it all away. And that just leaves me asking the one real important question that is the summation of this entire video. Where does that leave me? No, seriously, I'm asking you.